the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
You have the one with the water in it?
We can do
Iced
that.
tea. Oh,
I have one with water.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday, and it's today, sunny. Guess what it is? National Butterscotch Day and National Butterscotch Pudding Day. And I'm wearing a butterscotch kind of scarf in honor of that. So today, buy your girlfriend, your mother, somebody, your kids, a butterscotch, a pudding, a butterscotch ice cream, do something sweet, and say I love you. Because the fall is here. And guess what? The fall is the best time of the year for me. Because I feel better because I have issues.
Glad
So,
you feel better. There
It
you go.
is.
Glad to hear that.
And we have such a great bunch of people here today. Dawn Dimilia, welcome.
Thank you.
My old friend, Billy Mira,
yeah.
from our old days at Westbury Manor, the Polo Lounge,
Yes.
all the singing,
Lot of
and
history.
G's. And our out-of-town guest, Mike
Hello.
Devitte, author, book club companion guide. The name of his book, A Walk Away, sounds very interesting.
Thank you for saying.
So we have a lot of nice people here, but the first thing we do on the show is we usually eat Italian bread, nuts, and drink. So everybody gets a little wine.
Nice.
Yeah, Billy.
Go to work, Billy.
Come on, Billy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fill
who
the
gives you a
cups.
half bottle of wine?
No, I have a whole
Actually,
bottle
You sure you
too.
didn't hit this on the way over here, Valentina?
And we
I'm
have a
never gonna
whole
see you
bottle of
go.
wine too.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody gets,
This is from last
unfortunately,
week's show. Times is hard.
no
you know.
Italian bread today because I was running late because I've been sick.
We're supposed to break bread.
Yes,
you know,
but we're going to
together.
break bread with nuts.
All right.
Right. Apropos, yeah.
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 But I'm going to let
Watch your
Billy,
nuts now.
you know, can't hand out the nuts, Billy.
Oh, what
Hey, I don't
What
have
am I-
nuts, Billy.
am I, a Democrat over here?
Thank you, my friend.
Anyway, we're going to have...
Run for the hills.
So what'd you do? You didn't even
I'm
pour
no
the
little
wine.
Democrat. Fruits and nuts in
Here,
here.
here's some wine. We have an audience
getting
member
fruity on
today,
I'm only kidding. It's all about
and his name is Johnny Rizzo. I love the name. He should be in, what, a movie or something.
Philadelphia politics.
Okay? You don't make...
No politics on the show.
No, we don't.
Someone voted for? And J.D. Vance is to make a hell of a president in 28. That's what I said.
So anyway, the name of these nuts are called Nice. Did you love it? Nice Nuts on the Tina
Nice
Valentina
Nuts.
show today. And look who I'm sitting next to.
the biggest nut of them all.
Wow.
Who's also nice.
Was that like a lead in there, Valentina?
Yeah.
I know.
So, yes,
He's a nice nut.
he is. So let's start with my dear friend Billy Mira, who makes me laugh. He makes me smile. And he sings great.
special.
And I miss him because I haven't seen you for about, what, 5 months, right?
Oh, a whole 5 months. Is it
Yeah,
that
well,
long?
yeah.
I might know. I don't know. I
That's
lose track.
okay.
I lose track. She's like, it's okay. It's okay, Bill.
Because, yeah.
It's okay. We'll remember.
So let's talk. What are you up to?
Let's talk. About 5'11" and a half. And the last time I checked. You know. I saved that one for you, Valentina.
Well, thank you all for coming. Let's have
Thank
a-
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here we go. Water,
Wine.
wine and
Cheers.
everything else.
to everybody.
Salute.
All right. I feel like I'm at communion. But Yeah, I'm doing a show now called The Hilarious Hitman with my buddy Sal Governale.
Who is such a nice
From
guy.
the Stern Show, all my Stern
Love
guys.
Sal.
And Richard Christie's involved with the show, and we've been traveling around, and it's great. It's great. It's my show on steroids, basically. It's the Billy Mira and the Hitman show, with other characters. Like we've turned it into a Dean and Jerry thing. So I also do the Billy Mira and the Hitman thing, but I also do it now with other guys.
So you
instead
do it
of
with everybody.
So now it's the Hilarious Hitman featuring Billy Mira, Sal Governale, and Richard Christie. And depending, sometimes Richard doesn't travel with us.
Right.
So it's just Sal and myself.
And is it all talking, singing, a combo, or
It's
what?
both. It's like the Rat Pack.
Oh,
But
nice.
not a tribute. We're not a tribute show.
Right.
We are a show of inspiration.
Which is what
Yes,
don't
you
you
like
need
that.
I like
inspiration
that.
right now?
Yeah, no, it's a show. It's all pop culture, just things that we're inspired by.
So now you changed the look. I see you have a little more leather on than usual. Let's
Like
see.
that. Hold on.
It's got the black and white
Take it easy.
on.
Oh, man.
There you go. Yeah. Very nice.
How you doing, Bob?
Yeah, pretty
You know what I
good.
mean?
Pretty good.
Hey. So, yeah.
So now, other than that, you're just traveling from city to city, Florida, New
Yeah,
York,
we do
Long Island,
Florida,
Connecticut.
Vegas, we do Connecticut, we do, the whole LA. Yeah, I just got back and then I'm working on some other stuff. Yeah, it's great. We're having a great time.
I know you are, but
yeah, we're having a good time.
I like when you and Mike sang together.
Mike.
I mean, not Mike, the Governale guy.
Oh, Sal.
Sal.
Salvatore Governale.
Yeah.
All those people out there. Yeah, so Sal, when we sing together, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like Dean and Jerry, and
Right.
and that's what it is. We stop and we do bits and we play off of each other. And about 80% of it is canned, and just like every other show, 20% is ad-libbed, and we talk to the audience, and every show is just a bit different. And we like I did with the Hitmen, we write for that particular place we're going. So we've written some stuff, whatever area we're going to.
And then you bring in
Then-
things from the
yeah,
area.
and now we have so many shows we're able to pull out and say, all right, you know what, let's bring this out and put this into this show, and a lot of it's ready. And we work with songs. And we do everything from, Sinatra to Billy Joel to Bruce Springsteen to Barry Manilow and,
That's great.
Neil Diamond and
I love all
the
those.
Stray Cats and all this stuff. When I was first originally doing the Hitman, it was a lot of swing in the beginning.
Yeah.
So a lot of people thought it was a swing show. But what they didn't know was that I wanted it to sound big band. So that's why I based it a lot on the Brian Setzer Orchestra, Michael Bublé type of arrangements when I was doing it. And then I would take some songs that I liked and I would add horns to it. And a lot of people in the beginning thought it was like, because I was doing a lot of, Brian Setzer Orchestra stuff in there, and Elvis. They thought it was a swing act, and I'm like, no, it's not. It uses swing music.
Right. It's the sound.
But it's the sound, because I thought it sounded Vegas-y, So it's evolved a lot since then.
So do we have any photos of Billy for the upcoming
You
upcoming
got
thing?
anything incriminating?
And there we go. Look at that.
Hey,
They look pretty damn
Looking
good.
good.
Thank you. Very nice. I
very
like the
nice.
whole bit. You look good.
Yeah.
Nice. Just very slim and trim.
Yeah.
I like the Boca Raton. So October 19th. Where
Yes.
are you? Florida?
Yeah, Florida. We're at the Boca Luna Lux Lounge.
Ooh.
Yes, and we were just at 317 Main here in Farmingdale, which was great. We did like a True Supper Club show.
I want to go to that. When's that coming?
We're going to probably do a bunch of quarterly shows. That looks like that's going to be a new spot for us to do the New
Great.
York shows. Because we did everything from the Gateway Theater, the Argyle Theater, and we do well. We sell them out, and we do the meet and greets at the end, which a lot of the people come, and we'll
buy
have
stuff from
we have
you?
a
What do you
VIP.
sell?
Yeah,
You sell anything or no?
we just sell us.
Look, there you go. Hey.
We sit, we talk to the fans, and then so we do a lot of meet and greets before and after. We'll do like a VIP one afterward.
Oh, that's
before.
nice.
And then so we do one after. So if anybody's going to, you can go to hilariousHitmen.com, buy tickets, and buy your VIP and all that other stuff on the website. But it's been great. So the last one we did here was at Eisenhower, the Lakeside Theater in Eisenhower, which was another great show. And there's a couple of bucket list shows that I've been able to do, which has been great. And that was one of them. The Nassau Coliseum, if they don't knock it down first, is going to be my last one. Yeah, but the Lakeside Theater, I always wanted to do it. You know,
I like
Call me
going out.
kooky,
I
call me
just don't
crazy.
like going to the outside shows. You know why? Guess
Why?
what?
What?
I get bit by bugs.
Well, you're a sweet thing. you
And
know
so the
that.
bugs, what happens is they blow my body up, and then I have to go to the hospital and get it. So I don't go to the
Not
outdoor
such a nice
shows.
night. No.
No, so I go to the indoor, and plus I could have a drink indoor, because if you drink outside, you get polluted
Get
very
more
quickly.
Alcohol.
They
You're not
come
supposed
into
to
your
tell
drink.
anybody. You put it in a bottle of water, like a Poland Spring, and you don't tell them what's inside of it.
Yeah, like this. You know, this is vodka.
Ah.
But I tell the truth. I don't lie. You know that. I tell everybody the truth.
That's right. You're
You know
no
why?
Pinocchio.
The
That's for
truth
sure.
sets you free.
There we go.
Really? Do you know this is my best friend? You never met her because she lives out in the island. It's my first book. It's my best friend. You know how long we're friends?
How long?
Since we're 4 years old.
Wow.
That's a long time.
And we're both, up there. But this is a song. This is a book all about me, my best friend, so I looked younger, and this little girl, who, is still alive. She's 24 years old, and how we met her, because I lost my job. I was in a bar. We were drinking, and the grandmother came in and she was crying. The kid was in the hospital on oxygen and almost drowned in a pool. And that's my first book. It's called In Love and Friendship.
Oh my God.
No, a lot of people don't really know what I do. And then, of course, we all know about this book.
Oh, everybody, you
He
know
knows,
this book. You
from
know
Fire
this
to
You
Freedom.
don't, you should.
book.
I worked for a great politician. I loved him. Unfortunately, he isn't here right now. He's somewhere in the Sing Sing. But you know what? He was a good guy. I loved him. And so what I do now, I was hired to do for the county to help businesses. Now I could talk about it.
There.
And I'm doing it on my own.
You know, you would help,
you
hired to
writing
help
him letters?
businesses,
Yeah, I like him.
and as they helped you.
Yeah,
you
there
know what
you
I
go.
mean?
One
you give
hand.
and you can take at the same
I
time.
used
you
to
know
go
what
to
I
his
mean?
house
That's
on
why.
New Year's every
That's how
year.
you wind up in Sing Sing.
But you know what? He was a good guy. And I miss him because he believed in women. And the reason he did put me in there is because I was going to get every 50-year-old man and woman employed. And I was building a Hall of Fame on Long Island. And the boss, if you were the boss and hired that person, you were going in on the Hall of Fame. They loved the idea. But unfortunately, shit happens.
Yeah.
But I'm happy because I'm actually doing it without, I can open my mouth now. When you work for the county, you can't
That's
talk.
right. You can't say nothing.
Things happen for a reason.
So,
They do
so
come
I'm very,
back.
very happy. So, when he comes, I just get very excited. He knows. There you go. Here, we're gonna.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
all
he's a
right.
great
That's
guy.
all right. That's all right.
So again, we'll talk more. But you have never met this beautiful woman, have you?
That's right. No.
Today.
No.
So let's talk about you, Dawn. We're gonna keep our faraway man for the last. We saved the best for last.
So, my name is Dawn, and I run Rockin' the Road for a Cure. We're a nonprofit organization that I founded in 2008. And what we do is provide free breast cancer wellness and support services people in Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk County. We get a lot of referrals from various local hospitals, word of mouth. We do everything from, we have nurse case managers who initially take the information in, and from there we see what their needs are. Based on their needs is the things that we will provide for them for free. So that's why we do a lot of fundraising and we get a lot of grants to help to pay our service providers.
Right. Well, you are doing a magical job. We have something coming up. We have a clip, right, Bobby? We have a clip that we can show, a photo of what's coming up. The Road for Cure.
Rockin' the Road for a Cure.
Yes.
We have our 15th annual motorcycle run and car show at the American Legion here, post 1066 in Massapequa.
Right down the block.
Yeah, it's right here. And registration for the car starts at 8 a.m. and for the motorcycles at 9 a.m. Kickstands up for the motorcycles at 11 a.m. for a police escorted run. We'll go down to Ocean Parkway and have a nice scenic run, and we'll come back to the post and have a great after party. We have live music, vendors, trophies we're giving out, raffles, food trucks. It's going to be a lot
So
of
what's
fun.
the date on that?
October 6th, Sunday, October 6th. Again, registration for the classic cars, hot rods, is at 8 a.m., begins at 8 a.m., and for our motorcycles at 9 a.m.
Sounds like a good time, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's
Very
one of our
worthwhile.
largest fundraising events, and if you want more information, go to our website, rockingtheroadforacure.org. You could pre-register online. Anyone who pre-registers, any riders, will get a free event t-shirt, but you must register online in advance by October 4th, because we're shutting it down. But we will have your t-shirts ready for you when you get to the event, along with a free pink bandana that you could tie
How
onto your
nice.
motorcycle.
Wow.
So we're all going to ride in unity for National Breast Cancer Month, which is October.
pink is a
Yeah.
big month.
Which is
My sister
October.
Maria, she passed the breast cancer. This book is dedicated to my sister. So I have a real, that's her. Okay. And she believed in giving back. She fought it all the way. Maria, my baby sister. And we're happy to be doing this for you because it
Thank
means
you.
a lot if
Thank
we
you
put
for
it back.
doing that.
There's so many people who, everyone knows somebody with breast cancer.
Oh,
whether
now?
it's a friend, a family member.
Scary, it really
It's
is.
rampant here in Long Island.
And you are a survivor. Congratulations.
I'm a 3-time survivor. Thank God, obviously, they caught it at earlier stages. However, my first bout, I did go through, I had what was called HER2 positive, which is aggressive.
My sister had that too.
And with HER2 positive, I had to have chemo. I had 4 surgeries, and then radiation, and then 18 months of immunotherapy, IV.
And look at her.
So
Is she one
Vibrant.
hot chick or
Yeah.
what?
keep
Yeah.
trucking along.
There you go.
That's it.
When I said things happen for a reason, they do.
I believe
And
that.
I guess it was meant for me to start this organization and to help other people. And I'm in the field anyway of helping other people. I always worked in the health field.
Right.
So just continuing my journey of what was meant to be and why I was
Yes.
put in this particular
Look at her.
spot.
Look at how beautiful.
So,
She rides the motorcycle. She plays the drums.
yes,
She's music.
my band will be performing at our run at the 6th annual,
Why not?
15th annual motorcycle run. It's called Mistress of Evil, along with 3 other bands. So I'll be banging out some tunes on the drums, doing a not as long set, a
Amazing.
40-minute set, because I got to do everything else.
So, of course, we do a lot of community work. I'm sitting, I told you, at Sons of Italy last night.
Yes.
And your mother's sitting across from me. I'm like, I know you. And she goes, I didn't know she was coming. I go, well, come with her. But I guess she was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't keep up with everything. I got the call last night. You know that Italian guilt call?
Yeah.
Ah,
You don't tell your
yeah.
mother what's going on. What's going on? What's
You
going
don't
on?
tell
I've been
me.
trying to get through to you. I got to find out from other people at the Sons of Italy what you're doing. You're going to be on the show? How come you didn't tell me?
It's so funny.
Yeah.
She looked beautiful last night, but she was complaining about the traffic.
Yeah.
Because she says it seems, and then she said she's the intake manager.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of work. That's
Oh,
so,
yeah. Yeah,
you got to
she's a
sit
nurse.
there and talk to the people and find out what they're going through.
Support
That's
them through
a
that.
tough one.
That's all,
Yeah.
yeah.
She runs her own business. She does workers' comp cases.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She works for insurance companies, and she has her own group of people that work for her.
So, what do you need from people for this? Obviously, to come for the event.
yeah, I mean, even if you don't ride or you don't have a classic car, just come down and enjoy the festivities. We'll have buckets like where you could give a donation around the area. Suggested donation $10. Children are free. But if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. Just come down and enjoy
Have a good time.
enjoy the unity about breast cancer awareness. Just come wear something pink.
Well, we used to do the walk, but I can't do it no more, But we used to do the breast cancer walk at Jones Beach. All of us, 6 o'clock in the morning, the whole family, the food, the coffee. But as me and my sister got older, we kind of backed away, and now the kids do it.
Mm-hmm.
We watch.
Very nice.
We watch from home because, we're getting old. We can't do all that walking.
They carry you with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my sister Maria would be happy to see you here today. So
I'm
how do
glad to be
they
here.
find you again? What's your website?
Go to rockingtheroadforacure.org. and you'll get all the information about our upcoming events. If you want to pre-register, you want to be a VIP rider, it's on there.
Great.
You want to, if you don't come, but you want to sponsor a rider, there's something on our website where you could sponsor a rider in honor or in memory of somebody with
That's
cancer.
very nice. Yes.
So you put the information down, the rider's name, the person who's in memory or honor of, and what we do is we put in a frame a nice certificate, and we'll put
How
the
much is
person's
that?
name. It's anywhere. There's 3 different levels.
Very nice.
It's like 25 points to 100 points, and you get swag.
Yeah, I
But
love
the
swag.
nice thing is that we display these certificates of honor or memory.
It's nice, yeah.
Of a particular person who, is
Made a
doing the
difference.
ride for that
Exactly.
person. You're riding for that particular person, like you.
Right.
You want somebody that's riding, and you want to do it in honor and memory of your sister.
Absolutely, yeah.
You find a rider, and you fill in the information
Very
with your
nice.
sister's name. Put your name and then the rider's name.
I say one day, what do you think, Billy? I want to be on the cover of something on a motorcycle, but I'm not going to ride it.
Because go on the back.
Show up. There you go.
I just
Huh?
want the photo. That's all. Maybe you'll come on.
You
with
want
me.
the photo? You want to be on the cover of a magazine?
Wait a minute.
Of something?
It doesn't have to be a magazine, but something.
Why not?
Some kind of a
Yeah.
thing. I've been in magazines.
Sure.
I was
sure.
just in the Women's Power magazine
Oh, that's
for the
great.
book because of the Fontanas, which you know about the Fontanas.
Right.
So we're working on a sitcom on Long
I thought it was
Island.
just the wanted pictures.
So the Fontanas is now, I'm the mother.
Of the Fontanas.
Yes, I'm the mother, the Italian crazy mother of 4 Italian kids, boys,
We got
that are very
typecasting.
bad.
Huh?
That are very bad. And do
And-
you have the spoon on the wall that you take off?
Yes,
That-
not only that,
Yeah, that you
Every
chase them
Italian
around.
household had that spoon.
but we just did our series. We finished 7 shows. So maybe you come on one of the shows in the next series.
Sure.
Come in as like my cousin Vinny or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, that's been done.
I'm having a ball actually, and it all happened like you said, timing. I
Timing.
lost 2 jobs in my life. The first job I met this beautiful girl with my best friend. Second job I lost. I decided to volunteer, do the show, and guess what? Now I'm in a movie.
Now you're here.
Now you're in a movie.
But I'm not,
You're sitting next to
I'm
us.
having fun.
You got your own show.
and I'm in this great
You're
studio.
a big star.
Guys,
Look at you.
look at this studio. Anyone, if you need our help, call me. Bobby Lucera, he's wonderful. You could do little
good man.
skits, big skits. You could have a little mini party here, a book launch, whatever.
It's a beautiful place.
And it is pretty.
It
But don't,
is.
you've been here, so you know.
Yeah, sure. It's great over here.
Yeah, you know.
When is your show being, when is it
Today,
aired?
7 o'clock tonight. Go to Strong Island TV.
Uh-huh.
Like, watch, share. Boom.
Nice.
Tomorrow,
Bada bing, and there it is.
Tuesday morning, channel 115, live, Long Island Television.
Nice.
So I'm growing. It was the last time you saw me. I wasn't doing this, right?
Good for you.
What?
I was in the nightclub, you know.
Yes, that's
And
right.
we didn't have
yeah.
what? We didn't have a microphone. We didn't.
Yeah, I know.
You were
I
pissed
know.
that day, remember?
I was never mad, and I never say no. And I do a ton
No,
of these
but
shows.
remember that day with
I'm
the
always,
kid?
I'm always happy to do them.
The
But
kid that was doing the video?
you're a sweetheart, so I can't
Yeah,
say no to you.
remember
And I
him?
know Greg, and
Yeah, we love Greg.
you know,
I miss
you know,
him.
at Club G, and I walk in. I don't even know if they had a recorder.
And it was a nightmare. And the
They were
kid,
bringing people off the street to watch the show.
And the
they were,
kid that
they were
was
filming it
helping
with
me-
cell
Come
phones.
on in.
Yeah.
Come on, give me that cell phone video.
the kid that was helping me he's a pain in the ass. But you know what? We kept him until we grew. And now it's 4 years. Today is the 341st show. So I am very happy today.
Wow.
Look at you.
Congratulations.
Good community.
That's called mental fortitude.
Yeah, because you know I'm not a quitter.
Either that or crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's
know,
a
it's a fine
combination
line.
of crazy and I'm not a quitter.
No, that's right. That's right.
72
Let's
years
give her a
old,
big round of
guys.
applause, Valentina.
I am not quitting.
Comes on, she has a beautiful
Good woman.
show. She brings everybody on.
I
and
bring
allows
people
them
together. I do.
to spoo and push. what
So
they got.
now we have this very handsome, very sweet.
Guys giving me a run for my money over here.
Well, we talked politics a little, but we stopped
Oh, yeah.
because that will be controversial.
Yep.
But you drove how many hours to get here?
Let's see, 2 hours and 51 minutes.
What the hell?
Scenic the whole way.
What the
Scenic
hell?
the whole way.
Where'd you come from?
Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Play small town called Ivyland.
Ivyland. This is like a movie or
Oh,
something.
doesn't it sound good?
So
Yes.
are you in the
Nice
mountain
community.
area or, you know?
Suburb of Philadelphia.
And I love the title of the book,
Ah,
A Walk Away. So you're taking this over now because you're going to talk about it. But I see Debbie, Gino, Russell, the last whack. Somebody get killed? So let's talk about A Walk Away.
all right. Hey, good fun. Good fun. There's a couple of different ways to dive into this particular story. I'll kind of go through three different options. The first way of looking at it, to me, it's an inspirational story about a woman, fiercely independent, 67 years old, and she gets that news that nobody wants to get. And it's 6 months, and it's terminal. And her name is Lil. And she makes two decisions. One decision is she wants to die with dignity. And the second decision is she wants one more adventure. So she goes on a final adventure with her family. And the four main characters are Lil and Russell, husband and wife, been together for 35, 40 years. Her daughter, Sophie, estranged, a little bit of tension there. You find out about what the tension was as the story unfolds. And then the reluctant grandson, Luke, who really doesn't want to go on this trip. And the trip is to do the Tour de Mont Blanc. And the Tour de Mont Blanc is a walking hike through Switzerland, Italy, and France.
Whoa.
105 miles, takes you usually about 10 days. And the story is what happens to them and their relationship as Lil embarks on this great adventure with her family.
With 6
That's
months
just
to
a
live.
walk away. Yep.
Wow, how did you come up? Is it true?
The inspiration, there's two inspirations. First is my family and I with two of our children. We have 4 kids, lovely kids. With 2 of our children and their spouses, we went on our Tour de Mont Blanc around 5 years ago. So Shell and I, we had this hike we wanted to do. It's one of the classic great walks. If anybody's into hiking, do the Tour de Mont Blanc. Absolutely worthwhile. And we went with 2 of our kids and their spouses in 10 days and met all sorts of characters. Many of the characters we met, you will see their shadows in this book. There are so many people in this book who are based on individuals who we encountered over our 10 days as we were walking. So that was one inspiration.
So you were writing a lot when you were doing all this.
No, I'm thinking a lot when I write. It's like one of those things where,
So when you met somebody and you were like, you're a real character. No, for real.
for real, I'm tucking you away.
Me and my book. Yeah, okay, gang.
Walking, there's a lot of thinking that goes on with walking because you could be hiking for 7 hours a day, right?
Not me.
And there's some scenes which you say that's beautiful, but the beauty of the scene starts to fade after mile 2, 3, or 4, so your mind starts going. And like most people, when I see folks, like even when I meet you, and then when I meet you, Dawn, meet you, Billy, and meet you, Valentina, in my head I'm always saying, well, what's their story? And I make up a story about
So you're a
you and
great
your
writer,
background.
right? Yeah.
No, I'm like a malarkey. I'm like all
full of
sorts
shit.
of nonsense. Well,
He's full of malarkey.
that's another one that you could say that.
But at least he's honest.
So you
Well,
think
honest,
about what
honest
happens.
is good.
And the second thing that happened, so the first is we did our Tour de Mont Blanc together. And at that same time, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Oh,
Completely unexpected, vibrant, strong, energetic, wonderful soul. And he dealt with that condition with the sort of openness that really was his gift to us as a family. The way that he embraced his end, included everybody, tried to honor relationships and improve relationships even up until the end. So those two events of the Tour de Mont Blanc and my dad having pancreatic cancer are what came together to form a walk away, Lil, as she goes on her final walk, so to
wow,
speak.
that's interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting. So you're quite the thinker.
Maybe, maybe not.
And what
right
about
there.
this companion guide? What is that?
That's just certain books beg to be read and enjoyed by people together. There are such themes in certain books. Like I imagine the book that you wrote about your loving relationship and the friendship. There are themes in there that are so perfect for book clubs. So the companion guide.
Discussion.
It's simply a way of engaging people in some of the themes.
So you sell the guide to people and they buy it for their book club meetings.
Sell, I'm not a good business person. I give that away. The book goes on sale October 29, but I really am a lousy businessman. I'm not a businessman by nature at all. So the companion guide is simply a way of offering book clubs a way of structuring some conversation. If you're willing, if you're bold, we could play a little game together here.
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now,
We love games here.
a second way of getting in touch with some of the themes of the book is to reflect on some of the questions that it raises. Have you ever played the Get Coup game?
No.
No, get coup. What the hell is that?
Getting to know you. It's the game.
Oh,
So on the Get Coup game, there are 5 questions here. We're going to go with Ms. Valentina as a
have
There
secrets.
you go.
anyone you'd like, my friend.
Okay.
All right. So now
Drum roll.
I believe in agency, so you don't have to answer anything you don't want to say. You only share
Oh, I
what you're
tell the
willing to
truth.
share, right? So would you be willing to share with us what's this question?
Yes.
And we'll
'Cause I
take
can
a
do-
few
I can
moments and then we
definitely
can talk a
relate.
bit about it. All right.
How is the you today different than the you of 20, 30, or 40 years ago? Well, this is a great question for me. Okay. Years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom. I wore stretch pants and headbands and flannel shirts. I worked in the store next door to my house where I could go home and make lunch, dinner, bring my daughter in, have a bagel in an oil company with tons of mafiosos. Okay? And so I was just there selling, guess what I was selling? Kerosene. Because people were trying to save money on their oil burners. And I used to meet great people, and then they would need oil delivery, COD cash. So I just talked to, these truck drivers and people like that. And I used to go home for lunch, bring it in. My daughter, she used to have a breakfast there, go to school, come back. And then, I was there for like 15 years, and then I started to grow up a little. And I decided to go to corporate America, which then I became a corporate woman. All right, and I liked it. And then I kept growing, and then I became a political woman. Okay? So I went from being very young, like not very talkative to like this crazy person. And then everything just happened. I grew. I worked for a magazine, and I became the assistant to the biggest technology guy that dumped on Bill Gates' toilet. And that's where I became this corporate woman. And from that, I learned so much. And that's how I wound up in editorial, because they wrote magazines, hanging with people. I used to do Bill Gates in Vegas. They used to do, the best, guy in technology. So I learned all that. And then the company sold, boom, I couldn't get a job, 57 interviews, Long Island. And then I started to meet all these great people on Long Island, like Gary, he's in my book, from Gary Milius, all these guys. And I met them by bringing them a loaf of Italian bread. And that's how I met all these people that are part of my book.
The power of
Because I
breaking bread.
needed a job so bad, but I was too old, too smart, and made too much money. So I started the Breakfast Club as a joke, and now I went to politics, didn't work out, so now I'm on my own. So I'm a different woman. My husband, I used to be Tina. I am, he's deceased. I am now Tina Valentina or Valentina.
Oh, Valentina.
And he'd say to me, why are you changing your name? Because I want to. He goes, I don't know if I like this job. But again, he was supportive, but
Right.
so 30 years ago, I was a stay-at-home, like little, making sauce at home.
Right.
Now I don't cook. I just do. I help people.
Right.
So how's that for an answer?
That's a beautiful, and what an illustration of a life journey that's unexpected.
And I'm having a ball. And I'm now in the commitment to a new
Oh!
marriage.
Right. Congratulations.
So guess
Valentina.
what? It's not a marriage. It's just called committed to the commitment. When you're over 72, guess what? You don't need to be married. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
And my wonderful guy, he just left, and we met in a diner, and everyone at the Breakfast Club meets at diners.
There we go.
And that's how we
Wow.
became
That's
famous.
community.
So
You didn't
that's
have
my
to go
story.
on those sites or anything then.
We met for breakfast in the Sweet Hollow, the Sweet Hollow Diner.
Hike to the diner. There you go.
Sweet Hollow
The Sweet Hollow
Yeah.
Diner threw us out one morning, and the newspapers came. I said, who are you? We said, we're the Breakfast Club, like the kids in the movie. And that's how this happened 17 years ago.
Ms.
Wow.
Dawn, you want to share anything that tells you you're different today? The you today is different from 20,
Yeah,
30,
there's
or
another
40
good
years ago?
for you.
Yeah, I'd say very different.
Yeah, so go ahead.
So, well, I've always been career orientated. I got my master's degree in my 20s in therapeutic recreation. I always worked helping people. I always worked in nursing home, rehab centers, with patients, with other service providers in the health field. And initially I had a goal of getting a bunch of houses and renting those houses and eventually then collecting all the rent from the houses. However, my life suddenly changed. I suddenly, back in 2007, got breast cancer. And that changed my entire way of thinking because not only did I get diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007, but in 2005, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Which I did not know until yesterday when your mother told me.
So
I did not know that.
it was like I was on an interferon for multiple sclerosis, which basically was like an every other day, and it made you feel like crap for like you took it the night before, the next day, you didn't feel good till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You felt like flu-like symptoms. So I kind of had like a day and a half to feel normal before I would have to take the injection again. And so I did this for a year and a half, and I did start, my MS symptoms started subsiding. I started feeling better where I felt like I didn't even have to do it every other day, so I could get away with having more better days than worse days. But then I'm on this and I found my own lump. I was in the bathroom. I felt something irritating me under my bra. And I said, oh, what is this? I went in the mirror and, you don't think to lift up the boob a little, but I lifted it up and I saw it was dimpled in. I felt something right away, got to, a specialist immediately the next day. By 3 days, I was diagnosed, basically. And from there, between the surgeries, the chemo, everything I had to go through, it kind of took a toll on me because it was like, all right, I just did like this almost 2 years of this interferon, and now I'm faced with having to put all this chemo in my body. Yeah. And I just said, I can't do this. And how much can I take? Yeah. So that I felt like that was God's way of saying, Dawn, you need to slow down. Yeah. You need to step back and, reflect and put things more in perspective. Because I was always, when I would work, I was always about making more money, working extra hours.
All of us, yeah.
How can I get ahead this way, work on the weekends, do a second job, overdo. Now it's like, I can't do any of that now. Yeah. Now I'm putting poison in my body, which knocked me out and left me on a couch for a week at a time in between treatments. And I no longer could have been that person I was before. I couldn't be what I considered more of a superwoman.
But you are a superwoman now.
I used to be able to do so much more.
Yeah.
So, but through that whole journey, I was, trying to think positive. What can I do? I stopped playing drums for a long time. But then somebody asked me to do a fundraiser for breast cancer, which even though I was bald, I had no hair, I said, I'm going to do this, even though I had no energy. Yeah. I'm going to try my best.
And you did.
And it got me through. I have to say, playing drums has been my therapy. It's my outlet. It's just a way of alleviating stress. It's a way of, believe it or not, with MS, keeping the wires connected. If you know anything about MS, it's sort of like the wires from your brain go down to all the different nerve
I have
endings,
a friend that has it.
and they get frayed. The wires get frayed, and they get separated from the movement in certain parts of your body. So with playing drums, because I studied like therapeutic recreational, I knew a lot about rewiring the mind. So if there's a part of your brain that maybe was affected, you do other things to rewire, to make other parts of your brain work instead of that part of the brain.
Well, I congratulate you.
Thank you.
And we're very happy to have you here. She's
So-
amazing.
A great study
And
in
with that,
resilience.
with the breast cancer, I started Rocking the Road for a Cure
Thank you.
in 2008. So this is where I'm at now.
And you're looking great. Wow. So what's your story now?
Thank you. I mean, nothing compared to you guys.
Yeah.
I just a guy who sang, who sings, entertains, and was on a couple of radio shows over the years.
You are so. We love you, Billy. You're all over.
Yeah.
One of the themes in the book, it's a tagline, is after every great adventure, you take something with you and you leave something behind. And listening to your stories, you can see the things that you had to leave behind.
Yes.
But then you can also see the growth that's occurred.
Right.
So at various points in the novel, each of the characters has to take something with them and leave something behind. In addition to my experience with Shell on the tour and also with Dad, there are two they're kind of guiding principles that for me have a lot of meaning in life and inform the book. And one, there's a wonderful poet, Mary Oliver, if you're familiar with her, and In Blackwater Woods is one of her famous poems. And it says something that really resonates with the stories that you were sharing, and if I can read it.
Sure.
To live in this world, you must be able to do three things. To love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing that your life depends upon it, and then when the time comes to let it go, let it go. So this story, especially in the third part, the first part is about Lil's diagnosis.
That was a little more upsetting in the beginning. But in the end, she was happy with what she found out about herself.
I love how you said that. I love how you said, because happiness is really, it's a complex feeling. There's all sorts of different kinds of happiness, and what brings us happiness. The first part is the diagnosis and the trauma associated with that. The second is the tour in which she's trying to reconcile herself and her past relationships. There's a subplot with regards to Sophie and Luke, Sophie the daughter, and Luke's
Well, it's a whole
father,
family.
and some
I
things
mean,
that happened to
this
him.
is the families are, these types of things are.
Yeah.
And
then the third part is her walk away. So to love what is mortal, excuse me,
I like the title though.
is
Walk away.
not easy, and to embrace
Wow.
change, not
So how do
easy.
they buy the book? Where do they go? What's your website?
Website is Facebook page. Mike Devitte, author, is the Facebook page. Goes on sale October 29th.
That's great. Just before Halloween.
Just before Halloween.
It
That's
sounds like
great.
a very interesting book, and I could relate to the cancer part of it.
Yeah.
I've been to Mont Blanc, which is absolutely beautiful. My
Have
son,
you? I haven't.
my son had proposed
Oh,
to his fiancee at Mont Blanc.
Wow, what a
this
connection.
is so good.
Yeah, so
Yes.
because I'm actually a Swiss citizen.
Ah! Beautiful.
So-
No, we didn't even know that.
Yes. So, I mean, I did not know about the trail that went from France through Switzerland, but
kind
it
of
must be
circumnavigate.
Wow.
absolutely gorgeous to do. I couldn't even imagine the sights that you saw from being. I only saw from below, looking in the
below?
valleys up to the mountains. From being up there and walking and looking all around must have been
Wow.
extraordinary. And basing this book on there must be wonderful descriptions of things.
The ability of both nature as a metaphor and hiking as a metaphor, but also the therapeutic aspect of
Right.
being outside and such. May I read a small passage?
Sure, go ahead, quick.
All right,
And
and I
then we're
don't know
going to
how
go
much-
on to one other thing, yes.
Okay.
Because Billy doesn't know we have somebody else coming up on the screen that's a friend of his.
Whoa!
A lot of surprises
Of all the
here.
days to bring a comedian on, I
Yeah.
don't want to make fun of anything they're talking about.
No, they-
Come on.
Come on, it's fine.
Very
Laughter
serious.
Laughter is great.
Laughter-
Liz,
look,
great.
I say every day,
You
you know
have
what you
to
should
get-
do?
What?
Every day you should think, you should cry, and you should be happy.
You should be happy.
That's a
life.
full day.
That's a good
Need the
full day.
Do you
dopamine
do that?
going.
There you go. Yep.
Come on.
Yes, but usually, this what they're saying is so interesting. Why would you want to interject into it?
I made fun of myself. I was bald.
Oh, yeah, I
okay?
laugh at myself,
I
too.
completely bald up in Woodstock.
You can do it. I would never.
Up in Woodstock, if you're on 28A, there's this guy called Fabulous Furniture. And outside, he's an artist, and he makes all these things out of metal. So he made the rocket ship from Oswald with the 2 aliens in it. So the aliens are looking out. Aliens are bald. So I decided I'm getting into the photo, and I'm bald too. I'm right in there with the aliens, doing my peace sign, and over the photo I put, "Oh, you always have to laugh. You always have to laugh."
That is true.
And that's where you come in, Billy.
That is true. But I will tell you, subjects like this will
don't like?
silence me. No, 'cause I love to. My mother also battled cancer as
Yeah,
well.
I know. Your
So
mother's
we've all
a
been
doll.
affected. We've all been affected by it in some way.
His
Isn't it
mother,
amazing?
I met her at, what's the name of that ice cream place?
Krish's.
Krish's. He used to sing there once
Yeah,
in a while.
Krish's.
His mother was adorable. I kept saying, bring her to the show.
Yes,
She's
yes,
adorable.
yes,
She
yes.
loves you.
Yes, oh, she does. She's my biggest fan.
She talks to
of course.
everybody
She had
when
the
he's
same
there.
thing with the wig and when she went through everything. So, I'm very sensitive to it.
So let's
you.
do that little clip quick because I want to talk about one other thing.
Okay, very, very kind. One of the themes, sub-themes is why Lil chooses this adventure, because Lil is a secret keeper. There's some things about her past that she does not tell her family. She also doesn't tell her family about her ultimate plan. She keeps secrets until the very end. And she writes a letter to her husband at the end. And this is a portion of Lil's letter
Okay.
to her husband. And it's, my dearest love, I hope you will, in time, forgive me for this selfish exit. For the past 5 months, I've told myself that I would spare you from the trauma, relieved of the temptation to save me. But the truth is, I wanted to spare myself, and you've already saved me 100 times over. When I returned home that summer so long ago, I was lost. Finding you was, and remains, the greatest fortune of my life. You've been my anchor, my steadfast companion, and despite however flawed I remained, know it was you who allowed me to become my best self. Through the years, I've wanted no life but our life together. I only hope I've given you a fraction of the love and happiness you've given me. With every great adventure, you take something with you, and you leave something behind. I chose this place because it was where the person I have become was truly first born. It was here I left Elizabetta behind, and Lil began. My deepest hope is that this place and moment becomes the start of a new life for you. That is the gift I bequeath you. It is my final wish that you will accept it. With all my love, Lil.
Beautiful.
And that's Lil's letter to her husband towards the end of the book.
What a writer. Wow.
Beautiful.
Quite.
Very nice, very nice.
good.
I think a big
Good.
round of applause. Hey,
So-
Rizzo, come on.
Yeah, Rizzo.
Rizzo's in!
So guess who's on the screen? We have a clip of Bobby.
Hey, very, very
Walk
kind.
away, guys.
Oh,
Go
walk
buy
away.
it.
Go buy
October
that book.
29th.
And now we have a big thing coming up. His name is Eddie Sessa. He's not here
Edward.
today. He's coming next week. He is doing his Impossible Dreams show
Yes.
about Frank
Yes.
Sinatra. It's going to be out in Islip. I'm helping him with it, and we are all going to this great restaurant who's putting on a charity called All Boobs Matter. Okay? So we're having this coming up. We're going to be selling tickets. Everyone that goes to the show and says my name, they get 20% off their meal, and they get $10 off their ticket.
Nice.
So
Life
we're
is
almost
good.
fully sold. And they're both coming on the show next week, if you want to pass by.
Nice.
But we're very happy. Eddie is very excited. I guess this is something he always wanted to do. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
It's
sure.
like different. He's doing photos. He's doing a little
Yeah,
bit
he
of,
did always want to do talk show.
Yeah.
The talk show thing.
So that's happening coming up. And I met Eddie, the same place I met this gentleman over here. Castoriano, Westbury Manor, Kirsch's, where else? He's been all over.
All over the place.
And a good friend of mine was your tenant or somebody's tenant, Beatrice, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we
yeah.
met so many years ago, and all these people that we still know are still in the,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
scheme.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Frankie, who runs the Westbury
Frank,
Manor,
yes.
he is
Frankie
the greatest.
Cavara, Francesco Cavara, who is the host there at the Westbury
And
Manor.
anybody that wants to
And
go
the
there,
food is amazing. Westbury
Yes.
Polo Lounge inside of Westbury Manor. It's such a great place.
and
It
you
really
tell
is.
Frankie that the show sent you because
You tell them the show sent you, and they'll send you away. You say, you come from where? Get out of here.
Forget about that crazy lady. Right?
No,
So
no.
here.
Yes, they're gonna
Because
welcome
now
you with
you're
open
going to do
arms.
this. Yeah. Say it. Pick a card.
I gotta pick a card.
Whoa.
Pick a
Oh,
card.
Because we got to get
I
some
gotta pick a card.
funny
You
things
pick a
here.
card, any card, any card. Let me see.
Say it,
the
say it,
latest.
say it.
Hold on. All right, here we go. Here we go. What do I want? All right. Something organic.
Oh, that's boring. Get another one.
Not
That's
good
boring.
enough. There you go.
Yeah, that's
Out
boring.
the door.
All right, get
Here,
that back.
where's the
All right,
hourglass?
oh.
Where's the hourglass?
Say something crazy.
There you go. Here's
What
the
am-
thing.
What am I supposed to say?
Say something crazy.
Something crazy. Gee, put me so much on the spot.
Well, I'm
I
sitting
don't
next
know.
to you.
There.
Something crazy. I got it. Something crazy.
Ah, he's literal.
All right. Okay, you take one. Come on. Somebody said they liked the game. Last time it worked better.
Something expensive. I'm going to go with a variation, say something valuable.
Okay.
And that is
He's so
friendship
smart, this guy.
and kindness and community. And that's what you represent
Yeah,
with
I
this
do.
show.
Yeah, I do.
And those are true riches. So thank you for sharing them with
Oh,
everybody.
how sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
see that?
see, he's good.
See that?
All right, say it, lady.
Come on.
All right, Billy's getting bored with me.
No,
I don't know. What do I have to do, Billy?
He's flexible.
Nah, he is. Are you kidding?
Found at the bottom of a purse.
Oh, well, that could be anything. Okay,
Lifesaver.
that could be anything.
I have a black hole of a
There.
purse that I dig in there. I can't even find.
I have a
things.
question for you that's based off of this. If you find a piece of gum that's not in the original packing, but it's still in the
paper.
The paper.
Right.
Do you eat it or you throw it away?
I'll eat it.
I eat it. Do you eat it?
Is that a good question or what?
I try it.
That's a
Something
question because
that-
every once in a while I'll find a piece of gum and I go, I don't know. It's like somebody asked me once, they said, I was on a radio show and they said, if you find a bar of soap in a communal shower, what do you do? And you need soap, what do you do? I go, well, there's two ways to look at it. You say, well, it's filled with germs. But technically, if you take that soap,
So,
throw it around the kitchen, you could still use it. But not that I would. But I'm
No,
saying
of course not.
But
You
that was
wouldn't.
always like that kind of question.
That's funny. Well, next week we have a great show coming up. We got Eddie Sessa coming on.
Yes.
We got Michael Landsberger coming on, and we have Debbie Markowitz from the Film Festival, who's going to be talking about the 2 new films that are coming out. And the Long Island Film Festival is coming up in October, where the Fontanas will be making their big presentation of the first few 7 shows. And Jerry Ferretti, who is the filmmaker, is amazing. And he's Mike's favorite son. I have 4 sons in the show, but Jerry is the man. And I find out now in the last segment that I had a boyfriend. And my son, who thinks he's my son, is not. So it's a big, breaker at the end.
It's
Yeah.
got a little couple of subplots there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to talk to Jerry to see if you want to stop in for the next season to do something.
All right, sure.
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
I know you would. I know you would.
Absolutely.
What role
would.
do
Your
you wanna
cousin
play?
Vinny, right?
Well,
Yeah.
What role
I'll
do you
call you my cousin Vinny.
Hey, what are we doing over here?
Yeah, and do you have a motorcycle? Because maybe you could borrow hers.
No.
Drive up on the
I
motorcycle.
I don't ride. My friends
You
ride.
afraid?
My-
I'm
no,
afraid.
I'm not.
You're afraid.
What do we instill me with fear? No. Hey, you afraid?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of that
Calling you
thing
out.
they say
Yeah.
that's on the bottom.
No,
That hurts your
I
leg.
think.
You
I
mean
think,
the pipes?
Yeah.
That you could burn yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Well, you wear boots?
No, I don't wear boots.
No, you have to wear boots.
Look, ladies.
if you're afraid of getting burnt.
Yeah. But I say, you know what? Thinking of boots. Listen, guys, boots. Ladies, men, I don't care who you are. Every day, buy the fucking boots. Okay.
oh my God.
Do what you want now. You're older. You need to have fun. Forget about the old stuff. Buy the boots. Buy the good ones. Kick them. Now, I mean, I'm 72, so I'm doing it now. But I won't go on the motorcycle, but I'll take the photo.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's today's world. This is what we need. Don't you think? What do you think?
What? More boots?
Well, just in general. Are you
You're
doing?
gonna die with your boots on.
Yeah, but are you doing
Iron Maiden
more?
said it best. That's
Are
all
you
I
doing
know.
more than you ever did before? Where's that ball?
Oh, here we go.
It's time to throw the ball. And
Am I
that's
doing more than I've ever done before?
Yeah. Now that you're getting older, are you doing more?
No. I look at things differently as I get older. That's one of the
Okay.
things. You based off of that question, the person that you were a couple of years ago, you realize as you get older, the things that are more important.
Okay, throw that
are the
ball.
simple things. Here you go.
It's
Family,
over.
friends.
That's a wrap, guys.
Yeah.
Throw the ball. There you go.
Who wants a nut?
Yeah. Thank you, guys.